Welcome to
Chats from the Peak,
where God's favorites link up. My name is Lara.
I'm Emmy.
And we are your hosts of Chats from the Peak.
Yeah.
I think we're getting a little bit more comfortable.
I think so.
I'm not going to tell you to do it though. So, again, this is Chats from the Peak. We run a marital support platform called Marriage Pinnacle, and this is our potty. This is our podcast. We used to do IG lives a lot, and so we just felt like naturally this was the direction we were going for our brand. And so here we talk about all things relationships. We drop gems. We talk about what's going on in social media, in our sphere. We bring it here. We talk about it. We try to have tips and takeaways for our peak seekers to glean from. And then we release our babies to the world.
Meaning our episodes.
Our episodes, aka our episodes. So at the end of the day, Marriage Pinnacle is founded on the premise that we promote enjoying the peaks of marriage while navigating the lows. You think about a peak, you think about the pinnacle, it's the top, it's the best, you can see everything, but what goes up must come down. And obviously there are valleys and things that you have to kind of navigate through in order to get back to the peak. And so we really believe that our mission, our goal, our purpose in life, God ordained, we believe that we are here to help promote and bring the narrative back that marriage is great. Make marriage great again. How about that?
To be enjoyed.
We, at the end of the day, you'll hear us say it every episode that marriages are the foundation of healthy families, and healthy families are the cornerstone for every community. So we specialize in providing resources, tips, tools to millennial couples of color. You can check out our website, www.marriagepinnacle.com. You can book a consultation with us. We do marriage support groups, closed marriage support groups. We'll have a certain amount of people who will sign up to be a part of it, and we close the group, and we just kind of use that opportunity to really get to the meat of some of the issues. It's not therapy, but it's just a support platform, an opportunity virtually for people to get together and learn from one another, grow from one another, and we facilitate. Yeah. And then also we have our babies right there, our conversation cards we have for married people, for married couples, as well as for dating and engaged couples. This is not just a rinse and repeat, with generic questions. We really felt like we got to the meat of a lot of questions. We incorporated our culture. Both of us are Nigerian Americans, into a lot of the questions that we asked, and we are really proud of these cards. And you can pick those up. We'll be putting those on our website for pre-order really, really soon.
Yeah, please stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We have a lot
also
coming.
Go to our website and sign up for our emails so you can be
the first to know.
First to know.
In the know when we're dropping giveaways, when we're dropping links for discounts, for all of the things. So sign up to be a part of our Peak Seekers community. Yes. And so if you are new here, welcome. We hope you'll stay and join us. As always, it never gets easy to say like, comment, and subscribe, but comment, and subscribe. It's the only way that we can get our content out there. Yeah. And we're really proud of what we do. We enjoy it. It's not work for us. We love it. We love talking about marriage. We love helping marriages grow and thrive, and we love the community that we built. Our peak seekers, married and single. We really do this for you guys. So we're thankful for the platform you guys have given us.
Love you guys.
Yeah. So can you tell me like the breakdown of the episode for those who are new here?
Okay, so we normally start off with our internet chokeholds, and that's typically things that we've seen either like on social media at large or just in our friend group. Yeah. But things that we've seen in the past couple of weeks on social media that we feel are worth talking about. Yeah. And then the next thing we talk about are our relationship gems, where we normally go into that's sort of like the crux of the episode, like the important stuff, where we want you to kind of take that away, because we are still here to like educate and encourage.
Absolutely.
So hopefully that hopefully that's the part of the episode where like we laugh and we kiki.
Yeah, we'll kiki the whole episode, to be honest.
True. But then we try to like, make it practical. Lara's typically from the clinical lens.
Yeah.
We're both typically from the more practical lens of how do you apply this to your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
And I don't know, hopefully you walk away with something, even if it's
you get a
just
gem.
one thing.
Even not gems, hope you get one gem.
Like one thing.
One gem.
I'll feel like our job was well done.
Yes, absolutely.
And every now and then, if you guys want, we do listener letters as well.
Yes, we do listener
Y'all been kind of dry on the listener letters. Y'all been slacking.
Send them in.
So we need more.
Send them in.
So it doesn't matter. You can send it in. We have a link in bio on our Instagram page.
Yes.
And you can also reach it from our website.
Correct.
And if you want to just send it directly to us, you can do contact us at marriagepinnacle.com. You can make a throwaway email.
So nobody got to know who you are.
So nobody got to know.
Keep it on the low.
You know who I'm talking to.
Husband.
If you want to send one, and you can make a throwaway email, and it'll be completely anonymous. Nobody will ever know your name or who you are.
Absolutely.
So please, and we love that part too.
Yeah,
so We just need more.
Yeah, send us more listener letters. Absolutely. So at the end of the day, you'll see kind of the same, not rinse and repeat, because obviously every episode it's new gems, it's a new internet chokehold. But when you come here, that's typically what you're gonna find, and we just love that. We feel like we can wrap it up in a nice little bow, but still have fun in the process.
Cute little format, like it's giving Oprah.
It's giving Oprah. Sign us on. What's up?
Call us. And we also do have guests every now and then.
Yeah, we do.
You'll catch us talking to
some people that we feel like got some things to offer, some things to say. So we're happy to do this. We love it, and we're loving that we're growing too each and every day. So today it's an internet chokehold, but I think it's something that's just like universally out there.
Yeah, like an observation.
It's an observation, right? And so our Marriage Pinnacle Instagram is nothing but relationships. Love, cute, all the things. It's like family. That's what we see up and down timeline. Like that's what we see, which is not a bad thing, right? And so one thing I saw recently was a couple who it was like, oh, I like when my man. It was like, I like when my man, and you would think that she's going sexual. Like I like when my man, but he was in there cleaning the bathroom, washing the dishes, taking out the trash. And like, that was like, she loved that, right? And so I kind of equated that to like acts of service, right? And so I equated that too, right? And so you can see that plastered all over Instagram, right? So like people do the skits and all of the things and stuff like that. But I really love when you can showcase like your love languages.
And like, it's funny that you say that, because if people who are not familiar with love languages, if you are on any type of like relationship content or like a couple's page, that's literally all you see.
That's what you see.
The whole assortment you see. You're seeing physical touch. You're seeing quality time. You're seeing gifts.
Yes. Give me
Y'all go crazy on Valentine's Day. Okay. Y'all go crazy on the holidays.
Yeah.
But so you see all those things. So it's like, everyone's familiar with it, and you're like looking like, oh, I want that, I want this, like I want my man to do this, but you're not realizing that it's a language.
It is,
right?
Yeah.
So there's some people that they're getting the big old gifts because that might be their love language, and it may not work for you, but
or you don't care,
or you just don't care. But you're seeing these things, and you're like, I want this, I want that, or I need more of this. My man should do this. Maybe that's a love language for you. That's kind of like...
Do you recognize that?
Yeah, like your tank is low. That's what the book uses.
Your tank is low.
Your love tank is running low.
Yeah,
when your love languages are not being met.
Right.
So
in the comments, drop below, like, what are your... Do you even know what a love language is? And if you do, like... What is your love language?
Yeah. And we'll put the love language quiz in the comments.
In the comments. In the description. Yeah, we'll put that there. Not knowing. You guys, for those of you guys listening audio, Memi's making all the faces right now.
Because I'm not a YouTube girl, but here I am on YouTube. So. Yeah. Okay. Description box.
In the description box.
So you can go and take the test and kind of figure out
what
where
your love language, where you
on
fall.
the love language if you don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's like not, again, this observation just goes to show. And the thing is, like, you could even recognize it, not even on like all the relationship pages and things like that. This could be just like what you tend to post, right? Like, people say, like, don't people make the comment like food is my love language?
Oh yeah, people do say that.
Now that is not a typical love language.
Yeah, technically.
But like, I can understand that, like, you know, food is the way to my heart. You know what I mean? And I think, but these are all great ways to show and express how you love somebody.
And it's a connection to food. What does food make you
feel?
Right? Like, it's quality time. We're going out to eat.
We're going out to
We're
eat.
We're watching a movie on the couch while we're eating chicken wings. Right? Or you made this for me.
Yes. Acts of service.
So it's still, I feel like everything can still kind
tie
of
back.
Some people say, like, my therapist is always like, I don't know about them love languages. Like, she don't really bang with them.
Yeah.
She feels like it's very limiting. But I feel like everything, I feel like they're good umbrellas.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
Big, like nice, but and we're going to go more into it. We're kind of jumping ahead. But they're big buckets.
Yeah.
And things can fall inside the bucket.
Absolutely.
Or outside the bucket. You know, but it's just a guide, a general guide.
Yeah. I don't think any of those things are like hard and fast laws. You know what I mean? Like, I think, and that's a good way to look at it. It's like an umbrella, right? So, you know, as a psychologist, it's not necessarily like, oh my gosh, this was a theory written and but like, you can really ascribe to certain things, and like, you can, and we'll talk about this like as we move into relationship gems, like when your love language is not being like, you're not being spoken to in your love language, what that can feel like. You know, what that can feel like.
Lack of attention.
He don't love me. He don't even like me.
Like, he's talking to everybody else but not me.
You the quality timer. Like, quality time. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like all of those things. So I just loved, like, because again, we see it. That's what our page is full of. Like, we're seeing nothing but relationship content, couples and things like that. And I think it'd be just fun to talk about like the love languages, right? And like what you're experiencing your marriage with the love languages, because I know what mine was and is to this day, but like what to this day, what the love language is, and how I feel like they've kind of interwoven into our relationships. Okay,
so I guess that's a good segue. We can just jump into it. But before we talk about what ours are, maybe we should just kind of do a summary on each one. So we're just going to run through the 5 and sort of give like a short description. So the first one is physical touch, right? That is the physical expression of love that a partner may show to the other. And it doesn't mean, it's not always sexual. Physical touch does not just mean, oh girl, I'm trying to ride. No.
No, I'm trying to ride.
Ride that thing. No. That's not always what it means. It's literally just, you you cooking in the kitchen and you walk past, smack on the back, right? Or like a hug or a warm embrace. That's kind of what physical touch
or like
is.
A little shoulder squeeze, you know?
A little something.
A little something.
A little something, you know? So that's what physical touch means in this regard. Now, the next one is words of affirmation. And that is, these are validating words that one may say to their partner to express care and affection. So that's just, babe, you look so good today.
Yeah. Or you did such a great job.
I really loved how you did that.
Yeah. Like, you're such a great father.
Yes. Words. Oh.
Eat them up.
Nice. Call me a great mom. Oh, gotcha. Okay, anything you want. But quality time is the next one. And this involves engaging in a meaningful activity together. So please note, playing the game while your partner sits by scrolling through your Instagram is not
not quality time. Yes, we are in the same space, but there's nothing quality about that. You're playing the game. I'm watching TV. There's nothing that we're doing together. So, guys and girls.
I have something to say about that. We'll come back to quality time when I tell my part. And then you can do the rest.
Okay, no, you will let me on receiving gifts. So gifts. Let's get one thing straight. People who identify with receiving gifts are not necessarily concerned about the lavishness of the gift. Lavish me though. I'm just gonna say that. Lavish me though.
So not me.
Just you can lavish me if you want to. Please. But it's really just the thought between like having like a tangible or intangible item that just makes your partner feel seen, right? Like you just feel seen or thought of. Like, I thought of you, babe, so I got you this.
Yeah.
Or I did this experience for you, and that's the gift. You know what I mean?
Warm fuzzy.
Yeah, that's a warm fuzzy. You know what I mean? Sure. And so it's not about being a gold digger because you just want gifts all the time. No, like, there are people, I am people who my love language is in receiving and giving gifts, to be honest, like, and giving gifts.
That's another good one.
Yeah. And then the last one is acts of service. And so these are the thoughtful and helpful acts that make your partner feel special and supported. So physical touch, words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, and what am I missing? Acts of service.
Acts of service. So
drop in the comments which one you align with, or if it's multiple, because the thing is, when you take the quiz, you might see that this is your first one, but that does not mean you don't align with other love languages, right? Yeah. So just take a note, and like we said, we're going to drop the link in the description, so that if you've never taken this is something that's foreign to you, or maybe you want to retake it, you can do that and figure out what your love language is. So
very good tool.
Yeah, very good tool. So before we kind of get into the questions, right, we thought it might be nice to kind of go through like ways you can connect through this various love language, right? Yeah. So when you're thinking about physical touch, right, like we talked about it, like Memi kind of talked about it, it's like the reassuring hugs, the kisses. Sex can absolutely be part of, how you connect through physical touch. But again, it's not solely sex, right? It could just be the touches. And like, if y'all have not guessed, if you've watched this podcast long enough, you could probably guess what her love language is, or one of. The girl be touching me all the time. All the time.
I'm very physical touch.
Very physical touch. You know what I mean? So
I tried to change it to gifts, but it doesn't work.
I love them, but it's not my.
It's not my thing.
It's not what holds me tight at night.
Definitely my thing. Yeah.
Right. And so it's important, right, to recognize that, like, if this is your partner's love language, so it might not be your love language, you need, like, waiting for them to initiate sex, or rejecting when they are trying to do all of the things, can really make them feel disconnected from their love language. So that's the thing. So we're telling you ways you can connect, but then we're also telling you, like, if you're not giving this to your partner, then this is what it could look like this. So like, if my partner's love language is physical touch, and I go like long periods of time without physical intimacy, without touching them, they could not feel loved.
Yeah. They'll feel like their love tank is
empty. They feel like their love tank is empty.
Yeah.
Right? So that is just something to be mindful of. If like, again, you might not have physical touch as your love language, but if that is your partner's love language, then this is an area that they might not feel super connected, and their love tank will feel very low. Yeah.
I mean, it's like a language. I mean, they call it love language. It's like, I'm going to Italy and I'm trying to speak English to Italians. It's not going to work. So I have to, when in Rome, you do as the Romans.
Do as the Romans.
So you learn Italian, or you take a little Google Translate, and you try to meet them where they are.
That's good.
Right?
That's
the same thing I feel like with the love language.
Yeah.
Like, my love language is not the same as my partner's, but I have to make a conscious decision
and choice
and conscious effort to speak his love language.
That's good.
So that he doesn't. So he does feel loved.
Yeah.
He knows he's appreciated.
Yeah.
All that.
That's good. Okay. So next is words of affirmation. So this ways you can express words of affirmation. You can send voice notes to one another throughout the day. If you guys are not both working from home and one person's out of the house, you can send a voice note. Compliments are free. Compliments are free, people. That's something you can do with no money required, no down payment required.
Gifts and acts of service are the most expensive.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah, they require the most effort.
The most effort.
Effort spent.
Yeah.
Yeah, if that makes sense.
I mean, in to some people, maybe it's more or less effort, but like, I feel like in general terms, like, those two require the most output.
Output.
Right?
That's it. That's
but
good.
Words of affirmation.
You could do that.
Open your mouth and talk.
Just say, I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
And you gotta mean it.
And you gotta mean it. Let's tell our husbands we appreciate them.
I appreciate you.
Tell her I appreciate you.
I appreciate you.
Okay? That was free. All right? It was
Cost
free.
me nothing.
Cost me nothing. But yeah, so like letting them know that you see them, that they're what they're doing is important, is beneficial, is loved. That's free.
Yeah.
That is free, right? So ways that they could not feel, like if this is your partner's love language, you want to avoid going long stretches of time without acknowledging them, acknowledging their efforts, acknowledging their hard work, telling them that they're loved and that they're appreciated and that they've done a good job, right? So like you don't want to go like long days of time. And again, like if this is innately not your love language, it could be very hard to remember to do that. So again, what Memi was saying, you have to make a conscious effort to like remind yourself to do those things every day. Yeah. So the next one is quality time. Quality time. So this could be expressed through a day date or a night date. Like we mentioned about like not playing the game and watching TV, your phone should probably be put away.
Yeah.
So you should not be scrolling.
Try to make it undivided.
It should be undivided attention, being completely present, right? It would be a perfect opportunity to take the cards with you, go through some of the cards, to connect, to go a little bit deeper, like get some conversation going outside of the like, how was your day?
Yeah.
Out of like the kind of like hustle and bustle, like the normal things that we do every day. But if you're trying to spend quality time, like you're using that time to kind of go a little bit deeper. And again, that could be a date, but it also could be time spent in the house, right? So if this is your partner's love language, right? This is your partner's love language, you want to avoid appearing checked out. So like if my partner loves the show
Law and Order.
Law and Order, SVU. He loves Law and Order. And it's not really my jam, even though I love Law and Order, SVU. But like, let's just say it's not my jam. And I'm there, but I just am looking around bored out of my mind.
Yeah. It's basketball for me.
It's basketball.
Yeah. So I actually thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, but I'm going to do it because that's my partner's love language. And I want him to know that I am invested in like the things that he likes. Yeah. So like, I'm going to give an example. Tala, he's an engineer and he loves talking about the planes that he's working on and all the stuff. And it's not that I don't care, but it is like he's speaking Japanese to me. And I took Japanese for 2 years.
Why?
But like, it's like he's speaking Japanese to me. It's like he's speaking 3 years of Japanese. I only have 2 years under my belt.
Sorry.
Foreign language.
So sorry. Why did you take Japanese? And where was this?
Because I wanted to be different. I didn't want to take Spanish, so I took Japanese. Dumbest decision ever. I went back to Spanish. Because they made it so enticing. They were like, oh, you can go to Japan. And I was like, instead of going to Mexico and Spain, I'd rather go to Japan. But then I was like, I'm not cut out for Japanese. And then I went to Spanish. And then I went to Mexico. So, all in all, we ended up in the same place. But, yeah. It's okay. It's all right. Sorry. It's okay.
Like, that's just so funny to me. Because the only time I hear about black people taking Japanese is when they love anime. You have no idea what anime is.
Don't do me. Dragon Ball Z. My little brother watches Dragon Ball Z. Don't do me.
Okay.
Don't do me.
All right.
Don't do me. I was actually Goku, Super Saiyan, all that. Don't do me. Yes. That's about as far as it extended. It's about as far as it extended, but still, I did bang with
you taking Japanese for 2 years. That is
This time
something
on Dragon Ball
about
Z.
you. That is hilarious.
Oh really?
Yes.
Oh wow, yeah. There we go. Something you knew. Okay. That's Japanese. But yeah, so it's like me when he talks about the planes, like I be listening. I really do be listening. But it's foreign language to me. It is foreign language. But the thing is, he lights up. He lights up when he's talking about it. Like he loves talking about it because
so
it's
the vortex of the speed.
The vortex of the E squared minus M minus plus 3, all that. And I'm just like, okay.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, I don't be understanding it, but I'm gonna listen because I'm like, that's important to him.
That's real.
That's important to him.
I gotta do better with that because I be checking out. my ADHD brain be like thinking about something
Something
completely
else.
different.
Yeah.
So I have to do better with that.
It's okay. It's all right. But yeah, so like you want to appear like, even if it's difficult, you want to appear as engaged and as like interested as possible. Like long and short of it, you just want to appear interested, right? Okay, so we got two more. Receiving gifts, right? So letting your partner know that you were thinking of them by just picking them up something. It could be as little as like, I was at the store and I picked you up a Snickers because I know you like Snickers.
That's so cute.
Like,
that's really sweet.
That's, you know what I mean? It's simple stuff like that. And then remembering like the important holidays, right? So like the Valentine's Day and the Mother's Day and the birthdays and like remembering those big important holidays or anniversaries, all of those things, because those are the opportunities for you to really shine. You know what I mean? Like you may not be able to buy like a lavish gift every other day, but like when you can kind of hit it out the park, those are opportunities for you to do that, right? And so if this is your partner's love language, you really want to avoid giving like thoughtless gifts. Gifts that you feel are just given out of obligation. Like I know there's no love in this.
Like I'm gonna stop at Safeway and get this little $10 frozen snack. Yeah. I don't think anybody likes that.
I don't think anybody likes that. And then being told that you're being materialistic because you like gifts.
I feel like receiving gifts as a love language gets such a bad rap.
It does. I
feel like it really does. Because, and when you said that thing about gold diggers earlier, I made a face because I'm just like, yeah, that's what people think.
Yeah.
Like
and it's absolutely my love language. And it's crazy. Because, and we'll talk about that like when we get into like some of the questions or whatever. But like, no.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Like I said, lavish. And lavish does not mean, I don't mean you need to buy me a bag every single time. I just mean like you put thought into this gift. You know what I mean? Like I said, like it's there's such a difference between a gift that when you know there was thought put into this versus like you said, something I just picked up on the like there was no thought behind it.
Right.
Like I don't even like roses. Why are you bringing me roses? Like,
and even people talk about that. Like even like, well, I've been in my romance novel bag, and it's always like this like millionaire boyfriend,
of course,
or something
always,
like that.
Always.
But it's like when the boyfriend just gets his assistant
to get the gift
to buy you a Birkin bag,
right? So it's like, think about that.
It's
like it's a lavish gift. It's a lavish gift. I'm gonna take it. But it there was no work, no effort was put into it.
I didn't tell you I wanted this. Like you just did it.
You did it, right? You had somebody else do it actually.
Yeah, exactly. You didn't even do it.
You didn't even do it.
So that doesn't hit the same.
It doesn't. It's like you could have got me a way cheaper bag, but I know you did it. You picked it out. You picked the color. You thought about it.
I
told you. You listened.
You saw me looking at it on Instagram.
No. Look, we should give it hints. My husband ain't on Instagram, so that's never gonna work for me.
Check my saved photos. But that's funny because I feel like that, like as badly as I want to be a receiving gifts, love language, I feel like I'm not, because I do care about the lavishness. I do care about what it is. I don't be caring all the way about the thought. Yeah. So I feel like that's how I know it's not real. Like I just like
as long as I know there was thought put into it. Yeah. Like I really it and the thing is like obviously when I love the gift. Yeah. And I know it was thoughtful. Yeah. It's a different hit than like I know you put thought into it, but it's not like my favorite. Yeah. But I still like appreciate because I know you put thought into that. You know what I mean? So like, I absolutely. Yeah, receiving gifts gets a bad rap. Yeah, bad rap. It really does. That's yours. Yeah, that's mine.
We're still sorry. Yeah, we can give you all the spoilers.
It's all the spoilers. You don't even watch the rest of the episode. Stay tuned. Stay here. But last one is acts of service, right? So this is completing tasks that you said you would. Being a man or woman of your word. So I said I'm going to do this. I do it. I said I'm going to be here. I'm there. Taking on tasks that appear to help your partner when they feel overwhelmed. Yeah. So if this is your partner's love language, you want to avoid not following through with tasks you promised to complete or ignoring requests for help. Girl, we can wait. Because I feel like me and you are speaking without speaking. We are talking without talking.
Pain.
It's pain. It's instant pain, actually.
Pain, shame.
Yeah. Okay. We're apologizing in our heads, guys.
Yeah, sorry, guys. Yeah. We love y'all still.
So, so those are the love languages, right? So, Memi, What is your love language?
Okay. So when we first got married, we did our little, love language test in marriage counseling, and I was physical touch. I was physical touch for a very long time, and my immediate very close second was quality time, and then the rest of them are like all the way at the back, like not even close. And I feel like after having kids and being touched around the clock, I feel like it has flipped. So now I think I'm quality time and physical touch is next.
Wow.
But I don't need touch, or I guess appreciate touch as much as I used to. Don't get me wrong. If you don't touch me for a long time, it will be a problem. But I'm more so about quality time. And that's why I laughed when you were talking about quality time, because growing up for me, like we were a one room family, like the whole family is in one room.
I was literally going to bring this up.
Yeah.
When Tola and I got married, because we are not.
Yeah.
You
told me
are not. It is literally everyone is in their own corner in the house. My dad would be in the basement watching TV.
Interesting.
My mom will be in her bedroom watching TV. My sister and I, and maybe my brother, will be in our room watching TV, or we might be in the other living room. So it was the basement. That was us.
Really?
That was us.
Yeah.
So
That's
I
crazy.
remember. It's so crazy. I remember because again, me and Tola, we lived apart for some time when we were married. But then before we moved back to Maryland, we would come and then we would stay at his parents' house, right? And also, right, when anybody wakes up, it's like everybody needs like an hour before they get out of the bed.
Oh, right.
Right? We're chilling. Everybody's chilling on their phones, doing what they do. Then they finally get up and greet the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Tola would jump out of bed before he even brushed his teeth downstairs with his family. So I'm upstairs in the room.
You looking bad.
Looking bad. The guy just got me out here, hanging me to dry. And mind you, it's not like I just was chill. Like I just needed.
You're just doing what
I normally did. What I tell you, my mother-in-law was like, "Did we do something to you? Did we offend you? You don't want to stay with us?" And I'm like, "No,
it's crazy.
That's not it at all.
It's insane.
Like not at all. I just need a minute, like an hour, 60 minutes actually. I need 60 minutes to kind of get myself together." And then come downstairs. Yeah. But the thing, so like I was not used to everyone just gathering.
Yeah.
And all watching one thing together. Unheard of.
I feel like we talked about this before. Yeah. Because I'm the flip. Me and that were the flip.
Unheard of.
Like in my parents' house, they have one big living room. Like it's a huge living room that's like it's a dining room and a living room in one room. Everyone is always in that room. Your bedroom, we didn't even have TVs in our bedroom.
Yeah, we did.
Like, so it's like, there's no other need. My brothers we would have 2 TVs in the living room. One is for us to watch TV.
That's actually crazy.
And then the other one was to play video games.
That's actually
crazy. And
crazy.
then I think at one point you could watch TV on it as well. But we're all in the same room. Like when you walk into my parents' house, when we come back from school, it's like you do a scan of who's not, where does Susheh? Where's Fajah? Because why are you not in the living room? Like, there's nowhere else for you to be.
That's
in the living room.
Crazy.
And Dapper family was the opposite. Everybody does their own thing.
Everybody's doing their own thing.
Yeah. And so when I got married, that's essentially quality time, right? Like our whole family language is love language is quality time.
Yeah.
We're always in the same room talking. When we're talking, whether everybody's doing their own thing, it doesn't matter. Just the fact of the matter is that we're here. Like if I need you, I can just look at you and say something to you.
No.
But we're never in separate rooms. And so that was the opposite. Wow. So when we got married, it was like, why are you in the basement? Like, why are you not here? Yeah. Like, did I do something to you? Did I offend you? Why you don't want to talk to me? I took it personal.
Tell us the thing. Tell us took it personal, but didn't say nothing. I would come back from work, take my clothes off, like my work clothes off, and get in the bed. Like, what are you talking about? And I'm in the bed watching TV. Yeah. I am not watching TV in the living room. Yeah. Absolutely not. Yeah. So Tella will be in the living room watching TV. We could be watching the same thing. Yeah. I'm like, I want to do it in my bed. I want to do it in the bed. I want to do it in the bed. That's where I want to do it.
And he's in the living room.
And he's in the living room. He's like, why do you want to be in the bed?
The bed is for sleeping.
Literally, it's for sleeping.
Yeah.
Why are you watching TV? And like literally up until today, like we don't have a TV in our room right now, and that's just because it's not the way I want it to be just yet. It's killing me a little bit. But like I love being able to lay down in the bed and watch TV.
Eating popcorn.
In the bed, which is such a bad habit. And now I don't do it because I don't have no TV in my room. But like literal opposite. That's so like, so like I absolutely understand like, and that's again, your whole family's on that. So like, I'm sure a lot of people in your family maybe have quality time. It's like a love language, maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe.
I think we did. And so it's interesting because I saw this post before and it was like, was your family a living room family or bedroom family? And it was like, where do y'all, like, where does everybody hang out? Are they hanging in the bedroom or are they hanging out in the living room?
Hands down.
So yeah, we were a living room family.
Bedroom. And and Tul's family was absolutely living room. So it just sent me, because I was just like, and it's not even like, when I would eventually come down, it was fine. But then I couldn't do too much of it.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, this is enough. I'm going to go back up and I'm going to go chill out. Yeah. But that's because that's how it was. Mm-hmm. To this day, I would walk in my parents' house. Mommy, where's daddy? Downstairs in the basement.
That's gonna be Dapple.
Literally
has successfully raised a little bedroom family.
What? Like literally up until your dad fell asleep downstairs. Yeah, that's even me. Like I can fall asleep on the couch. I can fall asleep on the couch, like because I'm so like, and it's crazy because obviously because I don't have a TV in the room now, but like I need somewhere to like be comfortable.
Like your back has to be flat.
Like I'm not watching TV sitting straight up like I'm taking a test. Like, no, I'm gonna be comfortable.
You can lay back on the couch. You don't see the recliner.
All right, sis. Like, sorry, sis. But like, what I'm saying is that like I feel like it shows you like just what families like the family, the impact your family has.
And so we talked about culture in one of the other episodes. We didn't even talk about that, but that's a piece of
that is
culture
absolutely a piece of culture
that you take with you, that you take forward with you.
Yeah, and I think, and that goes to my love language, gifts.
Yeah.
Like it's not, we give gifts in our family.
It's crazy.
Like we give gifts in our family. Yeah. Like I remember being in high school using my little Marshalls $5.75 check to buy a gift for everyone in my house for birthday. Like that is something in our family, like my nuclear, my marriage of origin, my family of origin. That is what we did. Yeah. My dad went on a trip. He came back and we had gifts.
I like that.
Like I've been a perfume girly since way back because my dad was going duty free and bringing a perfume for us every time.
That's so cute.
Like literally, like we gave gifts.
Yeah.
So like it was just so embedded in me that naturally, like it is my love language. Yeah. I knew my parents. Like granted, like I know they love me, but like my father gave me a gift. Like it just it pinged for me. Like it just was something that I was like, yes, I feel loved. I feel seen. I feel thought of. Like you thought of me when you were on your trip. Yeah. Like to the point where like my parents traveled. They got us souvenirs. They got us souvenirs. Like that is just it's
that's just how they are.
That's just how they are.
But it's crazy because when I was learning about love languages and marriage counseling, nobody ever talked about how it's basically you take on your parents' love language.
Yeah.
Like
a lot of times you're taking on you. Because it's what's been imparted on you, right? And so like I wouldn't, also African parents, like you don't always hear the like, you're doing such a great job. It's like you expected to do a great job.
And sometimes the lack of what you
we didn't get there. We didn't get there yet. Yeah. We didn't get there. Absolutely. And so I think that for me, I took that on and I took it so personal. Like I took it, when me and Taylor first got together, ooh, child, ooh, it was.
You need to spell it out.
Oh yeah, when I tell you, I remember.
So that's your second words of affirmation?
Funny thing is, I think words of affirmation are my second. Yeah. I think they are my second because it's not quality time. It's not physical touch. Yeah, it's not. I mean, I'm getting there.
You did want
but yeah, I did. Yeah, but I don't. It's not like high for me that I need you to touch me. Yeah, I get that. It's not. But like the words of affirmation, are the second. Yeah, words of affirmation for me are second. And like I remember, and that's the thing is, and it's not the lack of it, but I feel like I didn't get it enough. And then also being like the oldest, right? Yeah. It was like an expectation to excel and exceed. Yeah. And I remember like, obviously all of this will tie back into marriage, guys, but obviously we got to like lay the foundation a little bit. Yeah. Like I remember, I remember just like at times in my life where I felt like I didn't meet up, right? And it wasn't like a bad job, but it wasn't like the validation that I needed, like the good job, like getting that good job from my parents. You know what I mean?
Yeah, people talk about how eldest daughters have praise kinks. Like if you want to get to us, you gotta hype me up.
Tell me how good I am. Tell me how good I am.
Tell me I did a great job.
Tell me how good I am.
You know, and so I definitely see that too. Even though words of affirmation is not close on mine, when you talked about like lacking words of affirmation, kind of made you need that. I feel like that's how I am with physical touch, because my parents are not very like. Yeah, they weren't very like touchy feely. Yeah, and so I feel like once I started getting that, I'm just like, oh, I like this. I like this. Nice. So yeah, that became like one of my things. Yeah. Yeah.
So what is your husband's love language?
Acts of service. He's
like every man.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Very common with men, especially African men. I've noticed.
Ooh, child.
Like a lot of them are.
Acts of service is like. Flat out, it's up here.
Yeah, I don't even know what Dapo's secondary is. I don't even know if he has one that's kind of.
Tell us second, I would say, is quality. I mean, is words of affirmation.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. His second is that words of affirmation. Yeah. Oh, gifts is down at the bottom. Yeah, down at the bottom of the list.
I'll be buying him stuff. He'd be like, "Thank you." I'll be like, "You don't like this?" Experience?
When I tell you, okay, since we're going there, right? And we're gonna get back to our husbands. Actually, let's go to our husbands. Let's stay with our husbands for now. So, did you because I know you said you guys took the quiz, but like, did you feel like you matched up and you were filling your husband's love tank?
No. Even to today, I still struggle. It's like that's what I was saying about acts of service earlier. I feel like it's the hardest one.
It is hard.
It's like, especially like the one thing we learned in marriage counseling was like your love language is typically how you express love. Oh, and when I tell you that Dapo will acts of service your head off. Yeah. He will do every single thing. Same. Like he can't sit down. Yeah. Like he doesn't just sitting on the couch is like he has to be dead tired. Nope. But he gonna take the trash out. He gonna go outside, play with the kids. He gonna do this. He gonna do this. He gonna do this. And I be looking at him dizzy from the couch.
like whew.
Like you know
the workout looking at you.
The cartoon when they be going like this, I be like this. Like you don't want to sit down. Like
come sit with me.
Tired.
Come take a load off.
Rest your back. Like sit down.
Your posture.
He's just making me look bad. Like cause I be on the. My kids come home like, Mommy, why you always on the couch? I'm like, because I like it here.
I love it here. This is where I feel at home.
I like the couch, okay? Sue me. So I struggle with showing him acts of service. Yeah. Because, number one, he does everything for himself. He's very independent. He do everything. And so it's like, even before you get in there, it's like, oh, I already did that. Oh, I'm good. I don't need it. Yeah. So it's like the little times when I can, I try to. Mm-hmm. But it's like, it's that constant. Like we talked about that constant effort. Yeah. You know, it's like when my life gets overwhelming. Yeah. It's that kind of, I kind of don't pay attention like I should. Yeah. And that's bad because then he feels neglected. Love tank is empty. And so I feel like that's what I need to work on and improve on, is just that daily reminder like, what'd you do for him today? Yeah. Like, did you do anything? Did you show any acts of service? Yeah. And then also, like, all the years we've been together, like, I've learned, like, what are the things that, you know, show acts of service. Or like he asked me the other day for like skincare tips. I was happy, like, yes,
I got you, shorty.
Like, say, like, it's like I can do something for you. Yes. But he still paid for it and went to go pick it up himself. So like all I did was just
at least you did
recommend it. You did. So I tried, you know, and I don't know if that made him like feel like his love tank was full. Like he may just not think of anything, but to me, I'm like, any chance that I can see to grab an acts of service coin, I'm gonna take it. You know. Yeah. So and I did, when I was doing it, I didn't think of it like, oh, this is acts of service. Right. But now that we're talking about it, and I'm doing a scan, I'm like, what have I done lately? I'm like, well, that's one of the things I can think of. But how about you? I know we're in the same boat, but how do you handle it?
So tell us, love language is 127% acts of service.
I'm not even close.
Like, whoo, child, acts of service. Yeah. And how I knew I was doing a bad job. As I even, like,
A bad job.
ooh, child. Like, I am 127%. Oh, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Type of girl.
Yeah. Same girl.
So I'm gonna do it.
When I want to do
But for somebody whose love language is acts of service,
gone.
gone. What? It does not feel like you're being heard or loved because I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna get to it maybe like at the end of the week, but I'm gonna get to it.
Yeah.
And he's like, today.
I said no.
And he didn't even say now, but he's expecting it now because that's what he like. If and that's how I knew me and Tolo was different because I'm like, oh, Tolo, can you do something?
Done.
He won't even say it's done. And so I'll think me, I'm doing something by reminding him. He's like, oh, yeah, I already did that on Monday when you asked me. It's the crabs again. Jesus Christ. Like, oh, you did it already? Oh.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Meanwhile, what he asked me to do last week, still not done.
Still independent.
Still pending. Still loading.
Still in the to-do column on the
Jesus Christ. Woo. So and the thing is, I feel like, again, telling not a man of a lot of words, right? So he, again, I know he was not feeling loved.
Yeah.
Wasn't telling me.
Right.
So it wasn't good either. Yeah. But like, I can see probably just like the ding after ding after ding. Because again, I'm thinking like, oh, I'm going to get to it. I am going to get to it. I'm going to do it. But I'm not understanding because that's his love language. He's expecting that it becomes a priority for him.
Yes.
It becomes a priority, meaning it moves to the top of the list and you do it. And then you let me know, you circle back.
It's done.
It's done.
And then I find what happens is that when you do that enough times, they just stop asking you to do stuff. And then like as I'm sitting here looking like, dang, you doing a lot. And it's like, he ain't gonna say it, but in his mind it's like, cause you ain't gonna do it. So I gotta do it. You know? Girl, we got work to do. We got work to do.
You hold the mirror up to me and I'm holding the mirror up to you. Jesus Christ.
We got work to
So this is for all of us, right? So as much as we out here thinking we putting out gems for people, we put the gems out for ourselves.
I'm getting red. I'm
reading myself for filth.
Reading me.
But they stop asking.
They was
literally stop asking.
And then you be like, dang, man, you work so hard. You doing so much. And it's
I'm feeding words of affirmation. Meanwhile, acts of service.
It's like, cause he don't trust you no more. Cause you done failed. So he just don't ask. Please give us another chance.
Give us another chance, husbands. We are sorry. We are trying. We really are. But yes. And I feel like I've gotten better.
Yeah.
I hope. I really hope I have. I really hope I have been. I know there's work to do. But like I said before, I would get to it, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's not, again, he's asking me to do something because he wants to know that it's done, right? And I'm thinking like, okay, he wants me to look up trip information for something that we're doing in July. So I'm like, okay, got time. I get to it before July. It's okay. But he's like, no, I want this now so we can plan and we can do all these other things. Like, it's not just a one step. It's like multi steps for our husbands. I'm like realizing, right?
Yeah.
And it took a minute. Like, I'm still reading myself. She's reading me. We're reading each other. But still, like, I felt like when I was able to click that, I was like, oh.
That's actually a click for me.
I was like, the way I really did not think Tolo, like, loved me is absolutely how he felt.
Yeah.
Like, this girl out here just prioritizing everything else, can do everything else but the things I'm asking her to do. And I'm like, okay.
Girl, sorry. Sorry, Daddy.
Sorry. My laugh. Forgive us. Yeah, so
it's tough. It's tough. Because we've been in it for a while. We've been dealing with it for a while. Like, I've known he's been active service since day one. And I'm still fighting for my life.
All my life I had to fight.
Fighting for my life. Trying to fill that love tank.
Yeah.
I'm trying to feel it. And then I be crying like, you ain't slapped my butt. It was like, girl,
you ain't take out the trash like I told you to.
You worried about some butt slapping and you got a lot more to do.
You have a to-do list of undone things. Yeah. So honestly, like, this is an episode for us too. So we ain't here
I'm
preaching to nobody.
myself.
We ain't preaching to nobody. We preaching to everybody.
I'm gonna be walking on eggshells when Dapo's watching it.
I hope I'm not around when Tolo's watching this episode. But if I see him grinning a certain way, I'm like, dang, he done watched the episode. Okay, all right. There's that.
Well, at least you know.
At least you know.
She
right?
can't say she don't know.
Yeah, but I do think that like on the flip side, like that's how I felt. Like with Tella at times, that like especially earlier on in our relationship, or like I would get him a gift. It's my hard-earned money, not small gift though. Because the thing is, I want lavish gifts. I'm going to give you a lavish gift as well.
Yeah.
So I'm spending money. And I'm just like.
You see, like, under the bed.
Yeah, go ahead, open that. And he like, that's nice.
Cute.
To this day, still unworn. I bought. Hey, good. I'm putting myself on blast here. When me and Tola were first, I don't even know if we were married yet. No, we might have been married. Married, and it was our either we were getting married or we had just gotten married. And so I spent my money on Movado watch.
Yo, I have
a Movado watch. That thing was not cheap.
Why do I have an exact story?
That watch.
Please.
Tala has not worn that watch.
What?
There's not 5 times I can say that man's wore a watch. Not 5. In us being together for 12 years. 5 times I cannot say that man wore a watch. At this point, he can give it to me. Low-key, he can give it to me. I'll take it. Actually, I'll take it back. Actually, give me the watch back, actually. So, give me the watch back. 5 times. And me, I was spending anyhow.
You were like, I'm doing this for my man.
I'm doing this for my man.
Yeah.
I want to show him that I love him.
Yeah. That has us in a chokehold. That giving... Expressing love the way you want to receive it.
What?
It is a
like
setup.
You think that you are doing something. You are doing nothing.
And then you take it personal because you're like, if that was me, I would have loved that. That would have been on my neck. I would have made the necklace.
Personal.
You take it personal.
Because
that's you, yeah.
What? Like, personal. I was upset that like he was not as ecstatic for this gift as I was giving it to him. Like, but then again, because he didn't see the value in giving gifts.
So to him, it's like, that was nice.
But it's my birthday.
Yeah.
Where's
mine?
You think the dinner, that was the gift?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Anymore.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And then I, unfortunately, was super passive aggressive. So I wasn't saying it. But I was upset. Pissed. Angry. When I tell it all, and obviously, like, you think about anger. Anger is a secondary emotion. Under that, it is disappointment, feeling disregarded, feeling less than. That is how I felt. I felt like I was sad. It was expressed through anger. Yeah. Because you was getting all of this. Like, what do you mean? It's my birthday. Yeah. But under all of that, I was sad. Yeah. Like, I was upset. And it was like I said, it was not about the cost of the gift. It's that like you don't find value in it. So you didn't decide, you thought it was like, I don't need to find value in it.
And then it's the way you were raised, and I was like, so I left my father's house for this. My daddy always gives me
today. Yeah. To today, I get a gift from my mom.
That's real.
I get a gift from my dad.
That's real though. From
my sister and my brother. Now they're trying to give it to the kids, which I'm like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. That's your niece and nephew, but that's not me.
Yeah, like
give me my gift. Don't do me. Don't do me. But like up until today, we still give gifts. We still give gifts to each other. Yeah. We still give gifts to each other. So like that is like in my core, that is just the way we express love. So like when Tella was not on board with that, or like again didn't have the awareness that that's what I needed for my love tank, I was on E a lot. Yeah. On E a lot.
And you're operating from that, right? So like you don't have any. You don't feel love. You don't feel appreciated. You don't feel valued. But then you two now have to go do your own for his love tank. But you don't have nothing to give.
I don't have anything to give.
So it's like it becomes a cycle.
Yeah.
Both people are just feeling unloved.
Yeah. So that was rough. Yeah. Oh, child. Yeah. So I remember like the same way, and I feel like, and it's so crazy because now, like I know Tella makes such an effort. And the thing is, I'm not going to say when he gave gifts, he made an effort. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But like I feel like like when we read the description, it's like. And this is not so you can start doing it even if you want to, you can. trust me, you can if you want to, but it's not to say you have to do it. But I feel like for me, because because receiving gifts is my love language, like spontaneous gifts that are outside of just like
a holiday.
Yeah,
special occasion.
Make me feel special.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I said, it doesn't have to be like lavish gifts. You know, it can be like
I thought of you.
Yeah, I thought of you. Yeah. Like, I thought of you. Like, because I feel like, again, like, even in my little ways, like, I will go out, right? So, Tulla loves Walker's shortbread. I don't know if
you told me that before.
Choke hold this boy. Walker, and now my kids are, like, now joining the bandwagon. So, if there is ever a time I just happen to be in the store and I see it,
walk by,
I pick it up for him.
Yeah.
Right? Now, it's not his love language, but he appreciates it. That, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like...
And I think that's also a point, not to cut you off, but when people act like just because your love language, you don't care about it.
Right. And
it's
right.
All 5 play a part.
Correct.
It might not be your primary.
Yeah.
But I still would like all these things.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
If my primary is
low,
don't do all that other stuff thinking that's gonna help.
That's gonna help.
You know what I'm saying? It's like cherries on the top.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's good. And so like and that's for me, and it's not even because it's just I thought of you.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I thought of you, so here it is. And like, he always appreciates it, you know? And I feel like that is sometimes what I need. Like, I'm like, I just need those like thoughtful, like, I thought of you, like there's no holiday, you know, but I just got you this, you know what I mean? And so like at times, like very, very early on in our relationship, I didn't feel loved a lot. Like, I felt like I knew he loved me, but it's like I could not equate it.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't hold on to it because I wasn't getting like love in the way that I needed it, you know?
Yeah, that's good. Thanks for being vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you guys have like, you know, evolved and you're growing. Sure. And like you said, I think you said something very important, like about like the effort. Like there's still things that that could make this 100, but the fact that you're even trying to get to 100 is part of the battle. Because when you think of this life, like we have our entire lives. When we talk about being married, we're talking about a lifetime, right? Yeah. So it's like you have a long time to get to 100. I don't expect you to be at 100 right now. Right. You know, even though it's been 10 years, to some people it's like, oh my God, that's crazy. But we talk about our parents that are 40 years, and it's like that's another 30 years on top of where we are today. So you don't have to have it all right now. And I feel like that's part of the beauty when we're talking about like the pinnacle and the valleys. And the valleys, it's you're talking about that journey. Absolutely. And to get to that point. Absolutely. Where you got my love languages down pat. Yeah. Like, it's like, you know what time it is. It's like you don't you can't expect it all to be perfect right now,
every time today. And then also, you know, I think before we get into takeaways, I think that like you touched on this a little bit when you said that like prior to marriage it was physical touch and then quality time, and then it switched, right? That is also important to like incorporate, is like the season of your life that you're in plays a role on your love language. You know, these are not like hard, like written in stone like love languages. Right. Things can change. Experiences can happen that can change your love language. And that can change your primary love language. Or you realize that you do really like, I didn't think I needed physical touch a lot. And because of the lack of it, I now want it more. I want it more. You know what I mean? And so like, I feel like we also want to make sure that you're mindful of that. Like, your love languages do not have to be like set in stone. You can grow into different love languages. You can love and appreciate things about all of them, and that be okay too.
And I think that's a very good point, because I think a lot of times we feel like, oh, you said you was this, and that's what I'm doing. I've been trying to do that. But it's nothing wrong with every year or every 2 years taking a test and just sitting and reevaluating and saying, okay, babe, like what changed? Like what happened? Like I told you guys, I changed because my kids give me so much physical touch.
Stop touching
and sometimes me. I'm like, hey, I don't need anybody.
All right, let's play a game with mommy. Don't touch me.
Don't touch mommy.
Don't touch mommy.
But I like to, I'm like, mommy, do you want to cuddle? And I'm trying to be like, yes, but sometimes we get like, they have this thing they call touched out. Or like overstimulated. And it just becomes like, okay, like give me 5 minutes
just
to
give
cuddle.
Me a couple minutes.
5 minutes and I'll come and cuddle with you. Because that very soon you're not going to want to even be in the same room with me.
You're not going to.
So I try to push past my overstimulation just so I can get
it, because you know it's slowly fading away.
Because Daya don't want nothing to do with it.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready.
10 years old.
I'm not ready.
Mommy, can I get a hug?
Oh, the side hug, Jesus. The church hug, Jesus. Hallelujah.
Can you imagine a whole me
that birthed you, that pushed you out?
And it's only getting worse before it gets better. So,
because they do come back.
They come back.
They come back.
But yeah. So yeah, I look forward to that. But it is what it is.
It is.
But yeah, so I think just being conscious and aware and staying in tune with each other. Yeah. And this is, I guess, where our takeaways, right? Like we're just staying in touch and in tune with each other. Yeah. And locked in. Like that's your partner. That's your boo. Like that's the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Yes. And I think people don't, when they first get married, they don't think about rest of your life. Like we all pray to live long. We all pray to live long. Like you want to be with this person forever.
Come on now.
Like it's not something that you're not going to be physical touch your whole life. Yeah. Like you're not going to be the same thing your whole life. Like there's going to be ebbs, there's going to be flows, things will change. So I think just that constant communication. We talk about communication so much.
You're gonna say it every time.
And it just every time. It's just the foundation of a healthy relationship. Yeah, for sure. Any type of relationship.
Absolutely. So. And I would say that don't be afraid to have like the conversation if you feel like your love language is not being met. Do you know what I mean? Like we need to be real, because the thing is, like, once you recognize that this is the way you receive love, you also need to be cognizant of like how you are expressing that love, right? So like if you are making a conscious effort to give your partner, based on what you know about their love language, that you're showing them love in that way to keep their tank full, you also need to be open and honest if you don't feel like your tank is getting filled. Like because the thing is, a car cannot run on no gas.
Sure. No, it can't.
It cannot, because the thing is, what we don't want resentment to creep in. Like, I'm doing all the things for you. I'm showing you love the way you want love, but you're not doing the same thing for me.
And it's so sneaky.
Yeah, it kind of gets in there. And you don't even realize.
Like, before you know it, you don't, like, you're just starved. And you feel desperate.
Like
that's when people go outside for attention. That's when they get, That's when the work husband and the work wife.
The work husband giving you gifts. And you like, oh, so that's what it feel like. That's what it feel like.
That's how sneaky it can be when you're not in tune with each other.
Yeah,
and you're not
absolutely.
Expressing that I'm lacking this.
Right. So yeah, this is a little love languages episode. We hope that you learned a little something, can take away a little something, but ultimately, again, we want you to communicate. So drop in the chats if you got work to do. Type got work to do in the chat.
Got work to do.
If you got work to do. And we gonna be in the comments too, typing we got work to do. We got work to do too. So we hope you enjoyed this episode of Chats from the Peak. As always, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Tune in. Let us know what you want to hear. We have so many topics in the tuck, but if there's a topic that you're wanting to hear about, send us a DM, put it in the chat, and let us know. So as always,
bye. Until next time.
Bye, guys.